was. So that was that. Hey.
Hi, everybody.
What up?
Special newscast, I guess.
News. Yeah. It's not that special. Maybe.
Well, it's a special edition newscast.
Special-ish edition.
It's a Monday.
Post edition.
Dun, dun,
we did
dun.
this last time too.
Did we film stuff?
Yeah, we did.
I didn't think we.
Yeah, we did. We did a pre and post.
Huh. Yeah, but I don't think we did it like. I think we just did it as our regular weekly thing.
Oh yeah.
This is not. This is going up on special days.
Oh, special?
Yes. Like whenever they actually
upload.
Yeah.
And YouTube's probably gonna get slammed right now, so.
Oh, totally. YouTube's gonna be busy as shit. So. Anywho.
Yes.
Know what we're playing because that's useless to do. We just finished watching
the Microsoft press briefing.
2012.
2012. It was lackluster. I
don't know. You don't like sequels.
I hate sequels.
So
I'm a huge anti-sequeler. So seeing as how like 90% of the games there was sequels.
I'm not.
And the fact that the sequels that were there. The fact that the sequels that were there.
Okay, don't worry about it. Now you're going to be off.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Now that yes. No, I'm not a fan of sequels.
I know you're not. I don't mind them if done properly.
Yes, and the only one that in that bunch that was really done properly was Splinter Cell. Really.
I don't know. Halo 4 looked interesting.
It's a shooting game.
Yeah, but at least it's not the same Halo. And I am intrigued by Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Uncharted. Tomb Raider Uncharted Edition screaming.
Yes.
Lara Croft instead of Nathan Drake going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's hers going,
ah! Crap, 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 ah!
So here, we can go Halo 4, first thing up.
Yeah.
They still haven't explained how he has a jetpack.
You're looking at minor details. It's Master Chief.
Well, still, how does he get a jetpack?
Magic.
New enemies.
Yeah, it's like Forerunner-y.
Yeah.
Which is, in the Halo verse, it's like the first civilization or something.
Either way, that's
a thing.
Different. They teleport.
They've got some weird guns that are very. They looked a lot like the District 19 or 18, District 17 guns. Have you seen that movie?
No.
No?
No.
Really? I thought you have seen that one.
No.
That's by Neil Blomkamp, by the guy who was supposed to do the Halo movie. So.
Bum bum bum.
What was up next? Gears, I think? No. Gears is a little...
Splinter Cell.
Yeah, see now, Splinter Cell, Blacklist. I think it's a different voice actor.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell because there's not enough voice, but it sounded really young.
And Kinect support.
Hey you.
Better with Kinect.
Hey you.
So.
Hey you.
And a lot more action than
so much
Splinter Cell.
It's really fast. It's
still sneaky though.
Still sneaky and still fast. You tag you guys and then you go. But you can all. It looks like they made it so you can run while you're shooting.
Yeah, like so. It looks.
It looks very tactical.
Yes.
And it's very climby, very fast, just very action packed.
Yeah.
For a Splinter Cell game, it's very different. Like I've seen them before, and very, very wild. I'm very interested to see what that turns out to be. And honestly, for me, it's one of the two games that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. So, but that was interesting to see. And then we went on to FIFA and Madden. Some
sports games, so with your Kinect support.
Also with Kinect support.
So there are people that will play that with that.
The FIFA and Madden are huge games.
Yeah.
Like FIFA's one of the top selling games.
FIFA and Madden.
Yeah. Madden not so much. FIFA sells everywhere. Madden only sells in the States.
That's true.
So.
Yeah.
But FIFA, because people,
and now
for whatever reason, like
you'll be able to use your voice to control
parts of it.
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah.
What is up next?
Fable.
It's that
Kinect game that we still don't really know anything about.
It's the sorcery game on Xbox, pretty much.
Yes. And that's
so if you're, you can wave your hand and do Fable-y stuff. Next,
Gears of War.
It's Gears of War guy.
Yeah.
Over the shoulder shooting, football armor, probably a chainsaw bayonet.
And it was literally like a 30-second trailer.
No, I think it was a couple minutes.
I don't know.
Maybe
Either way, and then they moved on to Forza, which is now open world racing.
It might work. It didn't really go so well for Test Drive.
Yeah, but Forza's a bigger franchise.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Test Drive is an old franchise that they tried to update with open world.
Yes, this one's. I mean, Forza just came out.
No, 2 years ago, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
I thought it was a year ago. I didn't think it was that long since the last Forza came out, but.
Well, what I'm interested because what they did with TRU was they mapped up the entire island of Hawaii.
Oh.
Which worked really great until you got lost, but
until you
whatever they do,
find yourself.
They gotta make it simpler. So, I'm not a racing person, so it's hard for me to kind of defend it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge racing person. They're adding genre searches to
Xbox,
Bing,
so you can search for your funny comedy movies and action movies and other unmentionables. Some enhanced
sports stuff.
Some enhanced ESPN support with Connect.
It's not just ESPN. It's ESPN. It's NHL. It's NBA.
I thought ESPN was all of the sports stuff.
They're one network.
Yes.
Then there's the NHL channel. There'll be an NBA channel that has nothing to do with ESPN.
There's an NBA channel?
Yes. NBA, MLB, NHL.
Yeah, they're missing MLB support now.
No, they had MLB.
Do they have now? Okay.
They had them all except, I think, NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And now even then, they might have NFL. So
now they have ESPN.
And now they have ESPN, which will cover you on that. So not really exciting news for us here in Canada.
Well, for sports junkies, it'll be.
And for sports junkies
because
in the States,
it's 24-hour stuff.
Yes,
content.
I believe you have to subscribe to some of that stuff.
That doesn't surprise me.
NHL Game Center, I know you do because we do have that, but it's like some odd dollars a year kind of thing to subscribe to that. So, Xbox Music, which is Microsoft Music, which will be on Windows, whatever.
Windows, everything that's Windows flavored.
Yes.
It's the most original title though.
Yes.
Points to the most original creation.
Xbox Music, also known as pretty much Zune.
Zune.
It's the Zune.
They're rebranding Zune pretty much.
Essentially, because the actual Zunes are gone now.
You can still find them somewhere.
Not new ones.
Yeah, no.
Well, they might still be new, but they weren't made in the last year.
Probably easy to find.
I don't know. To me, another music service is.
It's something that you don't really need to talk about.
Unless they're really gonna undercut iTunes.
They almost did with the Zune Marketplace Pass thing, where like you give them like 10 or whatever it is for a year. You can download anything you want. They almost did. It almost worked.
Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly that all went down.
Well, it was
like you only had it.
It was a select.
Yeah, it was only select stuff, and I think did you have to stream it or was it what was it?
No, you just downloaded it.
Oh.
But
either way,
it was.
You have to start selling songs for 50 cents and take a loss for like your first year and hope to God that people get hooked on your system and.
Because Apple's having a real hard time with dollar TV shows right now. Yeah. Or dollar TV shows or dollar movies. I don't know, something really cheap for their TV shows.
Well, but when you have something like Netflix or on demand, which for a lot of people, that on demand stuff's free. You hit the button and you're watching Game of Thrones. So why would I pay $1 for it when I can go... Or you can go to the actual network's websites and watch it with some ads for free. So, some of that stuff still isn't quite on par yet. Nike came out, showed off their little game.
Yeah, it's not a game. It's a service.
It makes you work out.
Yeah, I know. The only cool thing about that stuff is you can work out with someone on Xbox Live. So if you're doing, that's the only thing that's
motivate the other people.
Yeah, like motivate or make it more of a social event or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, what did you do this day, or what are you doing today?
Which is why I don't go to the gym. Because I don't like socializing while I work.
How much is it for a gym membership?
Nowadays. Way more than you pay for an Xbox and a game.
Xbox Live account.
Yeah.
Per year.
Yeah, cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper to get the Xbox and work in your own home. You just lack the motivation of
physical contact with people.
But you don't actually have to go anywhere, so that might actually help you work out more. And the Nike Plus stuff, like all of that.
The Nike Plus
is great
on all sort of mobile platforms. It actually works really well.
Yeah, like they have a really good
What
system.
else do they do? What else do they do?
Smart glass!
They spend a lot of time talking about smart glass, like a lot of time, which was pretty much...
A glorified TV remote?
A glorified WiiU, what is the Apple one? The AirPlay?
AirPlay. Yeah, so get information on your
mobile
shows
devices.
as you're watching them.
Mobile device, simultaneous.
Yeah, like, to me, I don't...
That's just...
I like behind-the-scenes stuff on DVDs.
Yeah.
But I don't need, like, you know, to be watching a television show and be like... It's like watching 24 and, like, they track Jack Bauer on Google Maps. I don't need that.
Well, the problem with this is that it's your game, and then you have this on the side, whereas if you're... playing on the Wii U or using AirPlay, yes. That is your device. That is your controller.
That's all you got. Like, now you're sitting there trying to watch TV.
Your focus is on 3 different things.
Yeah, you're watching TV with the... Like, even if it's just a TV show, you're watching TV and trying to watch this thing. Like, okay,
and
so
then,
he's...
Or if you're playing a game like Halo 4, maps...
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, your friend's sending you a message or something's happening. You're like, oh, God, okay.
I'm in the middle of a boss fight. Like, do they expect us to evolve?
Apparently, we need a third appendage.
Well...
And not that one.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
It's so...
Like, the Wii U thing works.
The Wii U AirPlay works. I think AirPlay works really well, too. Like, some of the AirPlay games.
Yeah.
That work with Apple TV.
Yep. So...
I have no... Like, it's... My comment is that it's so... Developers are going to have to spend so much more time making this stuff work seamlessly that it's not even going to be worth the price of development. So it's definitely going to be thrown off to the wayside.
Yes.
Like all that stuff they showed off with Game of Thrones where it's like, oh, this person's going to this place. I don't need to see that on the map.
Like, that's what I mean. You don't need... I don't need to track people
almost,
traveling on a map while I'm watching a show.
Like, but for a development point, like, you not only have to get it, running on the device, you also have to get it in sync with the tablet, and then, make some sort of custom design on the...
Yeah, that's a lot of work for 2 people who are going to actually pay attention to that.
Yeah. Like, you have to be seriously into that stuff. Not to mention, you're probably going to need an Xbox Live for that.
Yes. You're going to need an Xbox Live, so obviously.
That sounds...
I don't know, and then... Like, I mean, we watched some stuff on the Wii U yesterday with the with their little pre-show conference.
Yeah,
Nintendo
Direct.
Yes.
Nintendo Direct.
And I mean, that controller does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's all right here.
Yeah, you've got no choice. Not that to make it a bad thing. That's how it is.
Yes.
Whereas it's like.
But that means you can make everything intuitive right there. I think the fact that it's like a piece here and a piece here and your Kinect
and your TV
like that's
what happened with Microsoft's focus on no controllers.
That dropped because no one liked it.
No, I didn't mind it. I didn't care.
Well, except the games coming out were crap until they actually started, and they did what I said they should do, is make the Kinect something that goes along with the controller, which is fine because the Kinect does the voice work stuff. So like we saw in Splinter Cell, you can sit there and go like, hey you, and then all of a sudden it distracts the guard and makes him come over. Instead of hitting a button to do that, it's as simple as going like, and the guy comes over.
It's a little bit more immersion.
Right, and just more seamless into the gameplay. This whole glass, smart glass thing just seems to break the immersion.
I'm really surprised that Sony doesn't really do any of that with the PlayStation Eye.
Yeah, I'm
surprised.
The other thing too is there was, and I'm a obviously giant child, because the Smurf movie came out, and you could go on an iPad and there was a Smurf app to play while you watched the movie. And so you had to sync up your iPad with the movie, and it was like the dumbest stuff, and it's pretty much what they showed off.
Yeah, the smart glass stuff. Yeah.
So like they're blowing bubbles on that thing, and bubbles appear on your screen, and you can pop them, kind of thing.
That's cute,
but it's really hard to sync. And if you pause the movie, you have to pause your thing at the exact same time.
Yeah, but I think what
this one will do it all seamlessly.
It'll sync it for you.
But still, like, I don't need to, I'm sitting there trying to watch a movie, and then all of a sudden it's like something shows. It's like, pop some.
It feels like if it's gonna be like a movie like that, they deliberately have to put pauses in the movie
so you can look down and actually focus on something. And
it's the whole argument of like 3D stuff too. It's like it's all over the place. What if you're enjoying 3D content?
Yeah. Well, and then again, you gotta watch You know, and maybe it's better if you watched, like, Game of Thrones, like, you saw the episode, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna see what else they got for, like, extra little...
Yeah, but then that just defeats the purpose of the screen stuff, because then you're just on your phone, just searching up on Google and stuff like that.
Essentially, yeah, but as the show plays, it gives you information. Like, I don't know, to me, I would rather wait for...
It seems very shoving info down your throat.
Yeah, I would rather wait for DVDs, and...
I just Google it.
See, and when I
watch stuff?
I'm a bonus feature guy, so, like, I like all of my DVDs and Blu-rays, because they come with all, like, this is what we were doing during this scene, and this is what was happening during this, and this was, like, you know... And you get the commentaries, which I dig. So, unless that's going to start happening, you don't have to buy the DVD to get the commentary. You just, you know, plug your headphones into your thing. And then,
again, that goes back to the whole...
It's a lot of work for 5 people watching it.
Yeah. It's not worth the effort.
No. So, I don't know. It's exactly it. Yeah. Next, what else did they throw at our face? Tomb Raider. Which we talked about a little bit already. Yeah. At least they showed off the less QuickTime events.
Yes.
Like, there were still QuickTime events, but...
There's still too many for my liking.
See, and I thought it was more along the lines of Uncharted. You'd get, like, a kind of cutscene with some stuff, and then you actually play...
For my like, action-y kind of movie game things, I think less QuickTime events would be preferable. Just you're in action and all of a sudden press the A button right in your face or use the right analog stick to wiggle your way around. That's
then I gotta go over this way because we didn't actually talk about them because they went by in a split second.
Which movies? Games.
Ascend, New Gods.
These are their new games. They're
3 new IPs.
4.
3.
South Park.
South Park wasn't part of that series.
Yeah, whatever. These 3 games are Ascend, God of New Gods.
Ascend, New Gods.
I think that is their attempt to mimic those Overworld or Overlord games.
I don't know. And apparently you can play it with the Windows tablet. Like, there's a Windows tablet version and an Xbox version.
Again, with their Xbox screen glass.
I'm not sure it was. I don't think it was smart glass. It was just like Microsoft has their phones.
Yeah.
And their tablets. Mm-hmm. It's off of one of the Windows tablets. You can play the game, and then on the Xbox 360 you can play the game. And apparently the multiplayer is supposed to go back and forth the 2 of them. So it's not going to be like an over intensive game if it's going to be on a tablet as well.
Yeah, what they've showed was super intensive. It didn't look very good though.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's not going to look pretty because it's got to play on
everything,
both like a Windows tablet device and.
I'm not really interested in that game at all.
Well, and I have no idea what the hell was going on.
These next 3 games they showed.
Yeah, but at least
there's games. We know that they're there.
The other ones I think were a little more in case. So the next one I will just go right is Loco Cycle,
which is a.
There was
the motorcycle. I think it was a smart motorcycle.
It was. Kit from Knight Rider. Yeah. It was that, but a chick inside of a motorcycle. Yeah. And that's all this trailer was
so
the motorcycle.
Are you driving it, and then it's kind of talking back at you, or?
I'm assuming. I don't know.
We don't know.
Or maybe you're just the motorcycle driving around a city. It's hard to say.
They all look. This one and the next game kind of look like Tron.
Yeah, and definitely had a big Tron feel. And then
next game,
it was called Matter.
Matter.
Yes.
It is by the guys who mastermind the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yes.
Right. So. Again, even less information, even though it looks more like Tron than anything. Tron with Space Invaders.
Space Invaders and a little bit of Portal, just with like that little circle, like the
it was very. Guy there's so many.
He was blue, and then there was like the orange light and the blue. Yeah,
there's so many obscure pieces put together into that trailer that
you didn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, like I applaud the originality, but
and again
with originality, you have to have some sort of exposition of like what the hell this is.
And again, hopefully, excuse me, we were up early setting up.
Maybe we'll see some more on the show floor.
That's the thing is hopefully that's just kind of to make you go, huh. And then you go to the show floor and Xbox has, a little booth set up with all 3 of their new games and you can see something because right now...
At least they're really defined about the new game stuff.
Yes, they really gave it its own segment, which was nice.
Yeah, because that's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game?
Resident Evil 6.
Which has got me right back on board because it's all regular zombies, T-virus zombies, guys.
Yeah, there was a couple quicker moving people, but they definitely had on the screen a flood of zombies that were zombies.
Slow zombies, and like literally you walk up as Leon, and you stab them in the face a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're slow enough, and you're Leon as Kennedy, you're badass. So.
Yeah. So, that's nice to see.
So much more action this time.
Well, and I think that's because people were. I think Capcom's whole thing was they went with that over-the-shoulder camera instead of the, above camera thing. Yeah. And then it's like, well, slow zombies just aren't good enough because you have way better aim and way better control, and then everybody's going, just add more zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like that's what adds the challenge now is
zombies and
add more things on the screen.
Not even just that, like the tighter corridors helped a lot.
Oh yeah, because all of a sudden you saw the one scene where he was going down those stairs, and there was that mass group of them headed up. And it's just like grenade.
Well, yeah, grenades will fix that, but
But you have to
you have to be thinking more tactical.
Yeah, it's not like in RE4 and 5, and I mean 4 was great, but 5 you could run past them.
Yep, and
because there was 2 of them down a corridor, and you're like, and zigzag and gone. Why waste my ammo? Even though they gave you ammo up the wazoo. Some quick time events, but those are regular since 4.
Yeah, that's been a staple.
Yeah.
And those very sparingly used compared to all the other things happening in that game.
Yeah, it's like...
it was really hard to tell which was action scene and which was gameplay. Especially closer to the end.
Yeah, especially closer to the end.
Exciting news. Exciting stuff. Back on board for 36.
Then we have...
What else did they do?
Racketeer,
another one of those original games. Angry Birds.
I don't know why they didn't announce it with the other.
Because they actually had a demo for it.
I guess so.
They didn't want to segregate those 3. But they kind of did at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's Racketeers. It is Angry Birds.
I hope it's really stupidly cheap because
Angry Birds.
It looks really stupidly cheap.
It's Angry Birds with.
Connect.
Okay, so what you do is you play this wrecker person. And you throw catapults at things.
Yeah, you launch catapults at castles and stuff.
Yeah, and you get special catapults where you can fly or scatter shots. And where you pull it out with a Kinect and then, Angry Birds.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's Angry Birds but in 3D.
Yeah, 3D in medieval castles.
Essentially the best idea they actually could have done was go to
the Angry Birds guys and go.
We want to make 3D Angry Birds.
If they did that, they would have sold unjillions. Yeah. Unjillions. It doesn't matter if it was $5 or $10, they would have sold out.
Yeah, we want to make 3D Angry Birds.
How can we do this?
All with our Kinect.
We will do this. Yes.
Just give us the rights to do it. We'll do the whole game.
Yeah, or you could do it.
WiiU wouldn't do it because it would cost them more than 2 cents to make the game.
That's true. Well, they make $5 billion.
Doesn't matter. They still only that's their whole thing is keep development costs down.
Yeah.
And then charge $1 for your game. Well. A 3D Angry Birds game for $15 on Xbox Live
would sell bananas.
Yeah.
It would be the next Minecraft.
Yeah.
It would be double at Minecraft.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. If Rovio was just okay, here's our idea. Here's the birds, here's the pigs. You have the rights to use them as long as you give us,
Okays.
Well,
we have the final okay.
We have the final okay, and you give us $8 bajillion.
Yeah.
And Xbox would be yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, because
we're going to make money out of this.
Microsoft has a lot of money already.
Well, and they're going to make money.
Yeah.
You know that as soon as you put Angry Birds on something, you're going to make money.
Yep.
So, but yes, it was essentially Angry Birds, but with weird kind of dwarven characters talking with this fake Scottish accent, telling you to knock down castles.
And then her replying to their...
Yeah, she was actually talking to them.
Milo.
Yeah, but they weren't responding back. It's shoot at the castle.
All right,
I will.
Just hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot them, and then you're kind of waiting for them to respond back. Maybe that's how the game works. No.
You think it's that cool, but it's Angry Birds. What else did they do?
South Park.
This is actually my game of show so far.
The South Park RPG.
This is the long-awaited one.
Yes, and like I said, I don't watch South Park.
I watched it for a while.
And that game actually looks interesting.
I'm super excited because it does everything that the TV show does. Because Trace and Matt Parker, they really work together with Obsidian with it. So, and it feels exactly like the TV show. All the other games that you play. That's South Park 64 and whatever Tower Defense Go games. Those kind of felt like South Park games, but this one actually feels like it.
Well, it's because they actually stuck with the graphic style.
The 2D style.
Yeah.
And then like the semi 3D stuff that they kind of do periodically now that they have money in the show. All the references are all in the show. Oh, like the Mongolians are in there. That's probably a huge thing. Rude jokes from Cartman.
Oh yeah,
everything.
It's written by them.
Yes.
So
if you love South Park, the TV show, you will love the South Park, the Stick of Truth.
Yes.
So excited for that game. So. I can yeah.
And then and you make your own little character.
Yeah. So if that whole fad a couple months back when you made your own South Park character and put it on your Facebook page, you can actually do that now.
Essentially, yeah, because they had and the options they showed were just like there was a revolving door of like
DLC possibilities.
Oh, no kidding! Get a new hat.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
Dance Central 3.
Usher? You mean Usher?
No, and they started off so well.
Yeah,
they're like cool. Retro dances.
Yeah.
So instead of
they could have.
The hip hop and stuff that have been the last couple of games.
The 60s dance styles.
There was some disco in there, like you heard some disco music, you heard some older music.
Yeah, a lot of what really
the word retro actually popped up on screen.
Yeah.
And then Usher came out.
If they put like Dance Central 3 Dance of Ages or something, Ages or something like that, you know that would have been perfect because it's like, oh, now I'm going through time. And then there's Usher who is not awesome.
He's Usher.
He's not great.
No.
But I think that performance was far too long than what was needed.
Yes, and have him come out and play the game.
Yes.
Like at least then and he screws up, you can giggle and laugh and go ha. This way you're like, Usher performed and they played some filmed footage from the game. Behind him
because we have there's no features that we know of in this game, other than more Dance Central.
But that's what you had Ice-T come out last year and play Gears of War.
Yeah, that's fine.
And the two of them were going like him and Clippy were going back together.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. But
just kind of talking, and at least you're going, well, at least this is.
This is the worst excuse for them to be like, our press conference had music. Did yours?
Yeah, we had Usher. What did you have?
Metal Gear Solid 5. For example, I
don't know. Yeah, the Wii U. We have a new system coming out. What about you?
We have Metal Gear Solid 5. We've got Resident Evil on our PlayStation only. What about you? We've got Usher on our system.
And then there was Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It popped up right at the end. Like I just caught it for DLC first on the Xbox 360. They said nothing.
Though, I'm not surprised that's a thing. But Resident Evil is not really known for DLC.
I know, but still, like those guys literally came out on stage, and they're like, "We are here to play Resident Evil 6," and they played Resident Evil 6.
You know what though?
And they walked off stage.
I'm betting that they have something better for the PlayStation
and maybe
conference tonight. Instead of like DLC, it's like exclusive this edition on the PlayStation where you get this or
whatever. And then of course they finished with Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which it's different. It's very different from what Call of Duty initially started as, which I don't know. I'm maybe into it. But it's still a lot of the same.
Yeah.
But with a lot of, because there's a lot of drone combat in that.
Oh yeah.
Where the guy pointed the cursor at here and then the drone flew to there and started covering them. So.
Again, yeah, it's not something I'm going to like. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since. I think I bought Modern Warfare 3, and that was the first game Modern Warfare 2.
Because I.
Yeah, I got Modern Warfare 2, and that was the first one I bought, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, here's Modern Warfare 3, and I'm like, it looks the same. And then I watched, and then Black Ops came out, and I'm like,
did you watch Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 though? It's pretty much the same as.
I know, but I never bought 1 because when I actually finally decided to buy 1, 2 was out. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, why buy the first one when the second one's out?
It's pretty much.
And I mean,
the second one was great.
If I wouldn't have bought the second one,
mm-hmm.
and I would have waited, I would have bought the third one, and then not bought any.
Yeah, it's Black Ops 2 is.
See, and then the Halo guys come out again, and they're retooling the multiplayer experience again.
Yeah.
But they're still keeping.
They're working.
They're still keeping Gateway and all that stuff.
They're doing a lot of syncing this time.
Yeah, but they're really trying to get your multiplayer. So like, if you do still have just
it's really funny they didn't
Halo Reach.
They didn't spend a lot of time talking about Call of Duty Elite either.
No,
of course not. I think they should have because
they're scared of it.
Why are they scared of something that they created?
Because it's still broken.
I'd imagine it's fixed by now. Either way, like, it feels like this internal conflict of the Halo guys, the Modern Warfare 3 guys, or the IW and Treyarch. Yeah, this is the Treyarch one, by the way.
Yes.
So this is the good one, or the good development team, because Black Ops was actually really well developed.
Yeah.
Even though as repetitive as it was probably the better ones, one of the better modern Call of Duties.
Yeah. I don't know. So
who knows?
That was the Xbox. Do we want to discuss? Like, we have a couple. No, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, that's the Microsoft show.
Hello. Stay tuned for more.
I don't know. Like
this is easily one of the worst ones I've seen in a while.
For Xbox, I think this is Microsoft's best one in a few years for me.
Well, best one, but still.
Oh no, they're gonna be bottom of the barrel. Like they're gonna again be the bottom of the.
Again,
show.
like Blacklist and South Park were my two big ones.
And Resident Evil. You like Resident Evil?
Resident Evil because that's gonna be on.
Yeah.
PlayStation, guaranteed. And there's no. They didn't say if Blacklist was gonna be exclusive to Xbox.
No, but.
So,
and they miss saying a lot of like this.
There's a possibility that we might get Splinter Cell might be coming back to the PlayStation.
Bum bum bum. So. See, and what would be great is like all of these things. Nintendo just at the end of everything goes, yeah, we're getting all those games too, guys. It's no big deal.
No biggie.
Yeah, on our new system. No big deal.
Yeah, Splinter Cell Blacklist with a WiiU
would be wicked.
Yeah, because then you could like map them out on your touchscreen.
And that thing still has a microphone in it.
Yeah.
So you could still essentially go,
yeah. Hey
you.
Yeah.
And call them over. Like, you could still essentially pull off all the voice commandy type stuff.
Yeah. And with the 2 analog sticks now.
Yeah.
That click.
Done. Like, that's what, like...
Nothing original this time around. Like, super...
No.
Nothing we can comment on. Other than those 3 games, which we still don't know anything about.
Yeah, and I mean, Tomb Raider still looks the same.
Yeah, Tomb Raider still looks the same. Gears of War looks the same.
Sports are still the same.
Halo looks the same.
Halo is pretty, and the new bad guys are intriguing.
Yeah, but it's still like run up, shoot.
That's all you're ever gonna do. Like that's Halo.
That's exactly what I said. Like it's exactly what Halo.
But
really
at least
it's a different flavor of Halo.
Yes, at least it's not like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3. Like Modern Warfare 3 takes place in a different city than Modern Warfare 2. Well, that's great.
Do you run and shoot and hide behind cover?
Yeah, like at least Halo can send you to different
jungles,
planets, and then your bad guys can change.
Different weapons. This time.
Like your bad guys start teleporting and you start panicking. That one thing, he had a little floaty thing above him, and you threw a grenade. Yeah. And it caught it and launched it back at you, and it's just like, oh.
Well, I think enemies do that already in Call of Duty, so. They
do, but all of a sudden, you get teleporting bad guys and those things floating around. It's a little bit more insane than Call of Duty, where it's just like, oh look, another generic dude in camo.
Yeah, I thought by the end of even Modern Warfare 3, you would have depleted the world's source of bad guys.
Yeah.
You shoot so many guys.
There's only so many terrorist organizations on the world, folks. Like, I don't know.
Like, at least with the universe thing, again, Forerunners or whoever their villains were.
Yeah, the advantage to space combat is you can go to different planets.
Or at least science fiction.
Yeah, and then you can create an entire new race of beings that all of a sudden it's like, oh, you need this kind of ammo to kill them, and then it's a whole new mechanic in the game. Something like that, but...
Icaraga.
Yeah.
Man, a first-person shooter Icaraga game? That would be insane.
So...
Okay, yeah, that's just more dreams and aspirations.
But yeah,
not very good.
It was their best one in a few years, because they finally dropped the whole... you had the Nike Connect thing, and some of that, but the games are actually starting to be like, if you have a controller and you own Connect...
It feels better.
It makes the game better with Connect. So yes, the same game is coming out on PlayStation or the Wii U, but we have this advantage of our Connect and the functionality of Connect. And multilingual now.
Yeah,
soon.
Yeah, the guy totally did a full search with Spanish.
And they said German's coming, everything they wanted to
so it kind of put Syria to shame.
Yeah.
Because Siri only does like 5 languages right now, and
So.
Barely, because someone tried to do the Japanese one and it didn't work.
Well, and he did quite well. Like, I mean, he was.
He spoke really fast, like a Spanish dude.
Yeah, like it's not like he was sitting there like us trying to speak a different language. Going,
oh, hello was.
Yeah.
And then he's just
Xbox, Bing, social, Socialis, supercalifragilistic, and then he was actually like speaking fluent Spanish and it worked.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm really smart.
That's neat.
I'll be interested to see what the Chinese one is like when he gets it. I'll try it out. I'll just try and read all the
set
settings.
language to Chinese, and I'll never be able to change it back. Because Tori will just leave.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to bring up on Microsoft's whole thing?
I'm not, and honestly, I don't know what else they can do.
I almost predicted their mobile phone stuff.
Yeah.
Almost. Again, I wasn't actually expecting that to be anything.
I think like I think the only thing they really could have done, and it would have been huge, is to come out with a tablet-like controller.
Yeah.
2 days before, or the day before Nintendo's thing.
Do they want to get ridiculed with you're just copying Apple and Nintendo?
Yeah.
Well,
Nintendo's copying them. We saw that nice controller, the married PlayStation Xbox controller coming out for the Wii U.
Yeah. Technically, Apple came up with it first,
but like that Game Pro pad or whatever the hell it was for the.
Oh yeah, the Wii U Pro controller.
Yeah.
With the Xbox controller that ate a PlayStation controller.
So, but that's, I mean, this entire industry is steely. From from iPad from iPhones to Androids, they switch shit all the time. From, the systems. Well, look at the PlayStation Move.
Yep. Hello, Wii controller with a light on it.
Yeah. And I mean, the functionality is still great, and it does it does other stuff, but. You're still taking motion control.
At least.
Like that's where Microsoft went different with Kinect was.
Yes.
Use your entire body as like a giant controller, and then they're like, oh, people
don't
want to stand up and move. Oops.
Do you think they would have benefited from like actually some sort of hardware announcement? Not hardware announcement, but like look into the future, because. I feel as if everyone's gonna be doing forward looks at things like Wii U and then whatever Sony's gonna be doing, and then. Xbox is still lateral.
But I think that's where they want to be. They want to sit there going, you don't need to buy a new Xbox in the next 2 years.
Well, the thing is the Wii is going to be out this year.
Yes.
But Sony will definitely be like, this is in the next 5 years. They will make that very clear.
Yeah.
That this is not something that's going to be out tomorrow.
And I mean, maybe Xbox, like Microsoft, just isn't ready to make any kind of promises. Because you don't want to come out 5 years early this is what our system's going to do, and then in 5 years go, okay, we've tweaked things a lot, and everything we promised 5 years ago is actually obsolete technology now, and we're now doing this.
Unless they're super forward thinking about that.
Yes, unless the systems are pretty much already being built, kind of thing.
Like the Wii.
Yeah, you don't want to be making crazy promises, so. Because that's.
Yeah, like
because then you run into that problem where all of a sudden you're like.
For Sony tonight, I only expect them to be like, yes. I want them to say that yes, something is coming in the future.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what it is. Something is coming. That's
like the controller's under this scarf.
It's a boomerang.
And it's like, can we see it? No, but it is under this cloth.
It looks like a DualShock 3. No, it's a DualShock 4.
Yeah. You have to buy all new controllers.
No, you won't. Don't lie. It's the PlayStation. It'll be the same controller.
But they'll make you buy new ones. Because they'll have a 4 on them somewhere.
There's a 9th controller port.
I think that's what really I like about the Wii U too is.
Yeah, it's very.
Use your Wii controllers. You can use the tablet ones. You get this new.
Yeah, but I think that will become apparent tomorrow when they start showing off the game store, when they just come out of the gate going, this is this.
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah. Well, and that's why like that Nintendo Direct comment we were saying was perfect because it gets all of that mystery, humdrum information out of the way. Yeah.
Like all that like. Is this here? Is this there? Is this here?
The stuff you need to know about the system.
Yeah.
Without having to sit there at the E3 show taking up, 45 minutes of your 1 hour show going, okay, this is how the Wii U is going to work. Mm-hmm. They can just go in going, okay, you guys, if you've watched the Nintendo Direct thing, you know what the controller looks like, you know what it does.
We're not going to waste time on it. We'll spend like 5 minutes talking about it real quick.
Like here's some games, here's some this is how this functionality is going to work with this game.
Yeah.
We don't have to describe this functionality because we already did.
And they're already, I know Sony and Microsoft don't have this problem, but those guys and Nintendo, they already have a hard time with English, so...
They do. So the more that they can have pre-filmed...
Yeah. Like, Sony probably won't have that problem.
No.
At the very most.
No, because Iwata and, Miyamoto always has his translator with them.
Yeah. It's just Reggie that has no problem going, games.
Maybe that's why Reggie always, and I mean, it's not. Reggie's just amazing at what he does, but maybe that does give him an extra little boost in that territory, because everybody else comes out like, we are going to explain... Oh wait, I'm talking Paper Mario? Like, they always seem really, like...
confused. Everything seems to have an upward inflection.
Yeah. And then Reggie comes out and he's like, we're going to talk about this now.
Paper Mario.
This is amazing.
Everything you see here, out tomorrow.
Yeah. And everybody... And then it doesn't come out for another year, but you still love it.
I'm kidding, Chris. Almost a year late.
Yeah. But you still love Reggie.
So yeah, that's it for now. Do you want anything else you want to add to the Microsoft one?
I don't know.
It's like, so bland.
Like I said, but I don't think they can do anything else.
Unless they had the hardware announcement, which too early for them.
And like I said, maybe a new controller or something that attaches onto your Kinect or something that. Like
really, some for people you like. I don't know. That's already like it's $150 investment.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
But I mean, when they came out with the Kinect, it was going, okay, when the Kinect comes out, the lifespan of our system is going to increase because we don't have to come out with a whole brand new system right away, and that's why they obviously don't have anything there, is because
the huge talk was the next iteration will have the Kinect in the system.
Yeah.
So whatever that version will be, they're not dropping Kinect anytime soon.
Oh no, I mean
it's got a lot. They built a lot of momentum up for it, and that's a good thing.
And it worked.
So
because it sold. Like, people bought them. And then PlayStation...
Yeah,
well,
PlayStation...
it's still a great system, but
yeah, they
didn't push.
They didn't do anything with their move.
And all of a sudden, it's like...
Oh, great.
It was on all these boxes, like, this little sticker. And it's like, has move! And you're like, what?
You're like, what do I do with it? That's cool. What do I...
Yeah, how does move make it better?
Yeah, like, there was very little marketing for it, for the move.
And they've admitted that.
Yeah.
Like, they've gone, yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that one.
I don't know how. Just see what...
Because they got lost in the whole casual, hardcore, what do we do? Because we can't really hit the casual market because everybody owns a Wii. But you still have to try and punch into that market because everybody owns a Wii.
Yeah. Like, it's more similar to the Wii remote than Kinect.
And then Kinect's going, well, our fitness programs are better than the Wii's because it watches your whole body.
Full body tracking.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, Mass Effect comes out going, yeah, like, move your squads forward and stuff.
Yeah.
Switch your guns.
Which is confusing because they could have easily done all of that even without the moves.
Yeah. But...
Yeah. Which is, I don't know, I like the slim factor of the PlayStation 9 more.
Yes, it's very tiny, but...
And the fact that you can kind of bring it anywhere.
My Kinect can go places, it just needs a bigger bag.
Maybe there'll be a resurgence in PlayStation Eye stuff. I hope so. That's a wish. That would probably never come true.
I guess we'll see today.
It's more of a wish than anything. Okay.
Any thoughts from you on the, like, I know you thought it was quite lackluster, but I mean it was, but I don't think they could they have done anything?
No.
Like, it's
like they're stuck in a rock and a hard place right now because they want to talk about a new system, but they can't.
Yeah. Well,
just because they're not ready.
Right.
And everyone else is kind of ready.
And going first is a daunting thing if you do have that new system, because you come out of the gate going like, our system will have this and this and this, and then Sony might come out later and go, well, our system has this, and this, which is
whatever that is plus more.
Plus more,
and then the Wii U will come out doing its own little thing.
Yeah. The online on the Wii U though.
Yeah, that
was a big factor on that direct. Like,
that was a huge. Yeah, they don't have to spend as much time talking about it.
But then they should. I hope they do.
Yes, because
it's pretty Nintendo and online have never really gotten along, and it finally seems like
I think they're just going straight with names now.
Yeah.
which fantastic.
Yeah, like, but it's finally getting to that point now where it's like, you guys have finally grasped that people like this whole online thing. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Please show it off. Not a ton, but at least
talk about it. No. I would
explain it a little bit more, because
I would like to know more.
Yeah.
I would like to know a lot more about that. But I'd be okay if they spent like 10 minutes talking.
Oh yeah, totally. Like make sure you touch on it. Just don't take your entire show going like, we have online.
It's me wada wada.
Yeah. Me wada wada. Which is really just a fancy name for Google Circles on your Wii.
Places.
Yeah.
Hangouts.
A little hangout, yeah. All like little me's. But yeah, like that's what I mean. Like all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what Xbox comes out with. Everybody else in their later shows can sit there going.
Yeah, they can. They have that.
They have that little adjustment time where they can go.
Well, they can. Okay, so we don't need to talk about this game anymore because they wanted to steal it for months apparently or whatever.
Or if they do announce a new console or hardware type thing on Xboxes, PlayStation can sit there going, okay, we had that idea. How can we talk ours up?
Yeah.
That much
more. They can cross out that game that they got announced there and then bump up more room for talking about.
Yeah. This new feature in the PlayStation 4 or whatever. Yeah. And so I think that was Xbox's other problem. You go first. What are you like? You try to set a bar, but at the same time you don't want to because you don't want those other people going, oh. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Like at least now, like Sony, if they'll just stick with their show. Mm. Maybe they're only going to be this much better than.
Yeah.
Because instead of leagues better.
When it comes down to it, it's more just about games.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm really hard pressed to think that the worst case scenario that Sony actually has a new console and it's on the show floor and no one is said about anything about it. That's a very slim possibility.
Yeah. No, and like I said, Nintendo's got the most well-rounded idea this year for a new console. So, whatever you've got coming down your pipeline, theirs is done.
Yeah, and again, just like last generation, it's only just Sony and Microsoft duking it out.
Yes, because Nintendo's its own little being again.
As usual.
They're their own little being with AAA titles. So it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's hard to fight against Nintendo sometimes.
Well, and then especially if all of a sudden, Splinter Cell's coming out on all three.
Mm-hmm. And it has the Kinect and the voice stuff on all three.
Yeah, well, and the Wii U's got that extra palette, like the controller.
Like, honestly, I would rather play it on that one, just because it's got the touch interface.
And if that gives you maybe, like, an extra little map interface,
and when you're tagging enemies, like, it slows down, you tag, and then just go.
Like, it takes everything off the screen. Again, taking the HUD off that and putting it onto that makes it a way more cinematic experience on your screen. Like, imagine what Resident Evil would look like.
Yeah. And I know Nintendo is pretty forward about this, but they don't want to do 3D. But what happens if that's like in 3D, right?
Yeah.
Or oh man, what if they like surprised everyone and be like, the touchscreen is 3D, guys? Or if it's like, oh, it's touchscreen, they don't like 3D on touchscreens.
No, because you get dirty fingerprints. And I think after the reception of the Nintendo 3DS, like even if you do the Nintendo Reward Zone quizzes, it's like, did you play the game in 3D? And it's like, never. And it's like, tried it but didn't like it. Yes, I always played in 3D. Mine's kind of like, sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on the game.
Yeah, and especially the game, like sometimes I'm like, well, I tried it in 3D, and sometimes I turn the 3D back on, but meh. So, I think if they just really concentrate on HD graphics and making sure that whatever interface you have on that touch screen helps the game, helps immerse you in the game,
And there's a huge push for the whole social aspect, too, now.
Yeah, which is also nice.
You can take it out everywhere you go, or, just look at it on the phone.
It's the phone thing, because you can't take that pad away from
the device.
Box. Yeah. You can take it so far from the box, so if you have to poop, you can totally take it to the bathroom.
And play your game still.
Yeah. Well, depending on the game, because some of them...
Most of them was just like, still need the big screen, but like something as simple as Mario.
Well, I think they were saying Zelda, you could pop off that and swing down. It's just that all of a sudden your HUD would be over top of your game again. Obviously.
That's very up in the air right now. So
yeah, and again, it depends.
It's mostly the Super Mario game that did that.
Yeah, but it depends on the game. So, and I think that's great because it's.
And one thing I know we're supposed to be talking about Microsoft.
I know, but the Nintendo Direct thing was last night, so.
They're really pushing the whole simultaneous stuff.
Yes.
Which I am a huge fan of because I don't like the whole lag stuff between 2 screens that are working together.
Oh no, this is definitely like a
1-to-1.
If it's happening there, it's happening here.
Yeah, because there so many of those tech demos last year were so like reliant on you being there at that moment.
Yeah.
Like any sort of delay would have hindered anything.
Well, and I'm interested to see how they'll integrate like the actual Wii controllers with the tablet. Well, we saw they did a bit of that last year.
They did the golf stuff, and they're still gonna try and focus on that.
Which I thought that was neat last year. So if they could actually if they have games, real games coming out that do something like that, then a shield attachment. So you attach the palette.
I really like how during the E3 Direct conference last night, they didn't do what they did last year with the Wii U Gamepad, where it's like this is the new controller, this is the new system. But where's the system?
Yeah, this time at least there was an actual bot.
Like I think they saw the reception from last year, and then.
Well, that was the biggest confusion last year, and I mean Reggie addressed it. He addressed it right away.
Yeah.
That yes, there is a new actual box.
But this is what it is.
But essentially.
Yes, and putting the focus on that. Maybe that was their plan all along.
Yes.
Like, obviously.
Well, because the box, like they said, the box didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all about the box just gives you your HD graphics and television and stuff.
Yeah.
So whoop-de-doo. The controller's the big deal.
Yeah. And that's still the same thing this year.
Yeah. And I think honestly the next generation of Xbox and PlayStation have to do something sort of similar. Like you can't just boost the power in your system and call it a new system.
There's a study done on all that stuff where like it doesn't matter how many like pixels and graphics you are, it'll always go to that point where your brain will always tell that it's still fake.
Yeah.
Like you can get really damn close, like one of those math people call an asymptote.
Yeah. But and I mean, like
you'll never meet that.
The more processing power, the more stuff you can have on screen, which is wicked. And yes, like games on the PlayStation, like exclusive games, always look 8,000 times better because the system has more juice than the Xbox 360. But
it's so tough sometimes.
Is it worth putting out a new Xbox that just increases your graphical power and nothing else?
You can use your old Xbox controllers still.
And I hope that's a case.
Yes, that will have to happen, especially for the new consoles.
Yeah,
and I mean seeing what Sony and Microsoft seeing what Nintendo are doing with the Wii remote, and
like that was a huge bonus for me because I was even talking about that at work. I don't have to buy a new control. Like I didn't need to buy my
Gamepad, which will probably come with the system.
I'm assuming one Gamepad will come with the system. No, I'll have to go buy a second one because I always try and especially Nintendo systems. They're my party system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's gonna want one.
So and it can support 2, so I'll go buy a second one of those. I'll go buy one of those extra control pad, like those Super Pro pad things.
Oh, you pros.
But
pro. I don't think that'll be necessary right off the bat. But.
Probably not, but I'll still go grab one because whatever. So I'll grab that and I'll grab one of those. But that's it. Like I can use all of that stuff that I got for the Wii with the Wii U.
And the Vitality sensor.
So at least all that money people spent on peripherals still work.
Yeah. Like even if you bought those dumb shells for your Wii remote.
Yeah.
And if you want to play those golf games, you can still put your Wii remote in that shell and it's not like it's going to hinder your gameplay any. It's just adds a little bit more
the Wii Fit board, which people spend a fortune on and only played Wii Fit on.
Rayman.
Yes, there was Rayman, but that was a really awkward...
Butt boarding.
Yeah, butt boarding. I've butt boarded.
I've never butt boarded.
I've butt boarded.
I'm not butt boarding.
I liked Wii Fit. It was great. It's just that I don't really have room in my house to Wii Fit.
I don't see the purpose of it because I live next to the River Valley, so I just go exercise.
Yeah, you can go exercise. And I mean, it's nice because it actually gives you a different...
It gives you stats.
It gives you stats and it gives you, like, if you just go walking, it's different than if you actually start doing push-up training and this training and that training and this training. And I mean, that Nike thing that we saw today is obviously going to do the same thing with the Kinect. But again, I don't have room to do that.
Well, with the Kinect version, you'll have a little bit more free space for that because you're not hindered by, this is the board, it has to be right there.
No, but you still, the Kinect still has to see you.
Yeah. And
so,
this
like,
is still,
I'd have to move
this is still too close, even though you pushed your stuff back a little bit.
Yeah, like, I'd have to move the couch and like, the last time I played, I had to put the TV, like, I brought another TV down and put it over there so I could get enough space back here.
That sounds like a lot of work to make this controller work. I'm really surprised
I can stand on my bed or I can sit on my bed.
I'm really surprised that the closer range Kinect sensor for Windows, they didn't port that over to...
They are apparently working on it.
So I can buy that for Xbox 360.
Apparently they're working on it. And there is an adapter you can actually buy.
Yeah, that makes it
a third-party adapter, and
cone.
Yeah, you put it right on top, and it actually makes it so you can stand closer to the screen. So,
meh. We'll find out.
We'll find out more, but like I mean that's hearsay and whatnot. So, but yeah, so Nintendo Direct and Xbox.
Microsoft's little thing.
More Nintendo tomorrow.
And
Sony tonight.
And depending on whether we want to talk about them or watch them.
I think
Ubisoft and EA.
I think we'll probably clump those together. And
honestly, it's... I really don't want to watch it. I just want to read the news stories out of it.
Well, we're here.
We're
here anyways.
After what happened with Ubisoft last year.
We're here anyway, so we might not do live blogging and all that stuff during it, but you know,
it'll be more of like a hey this. And
it'll be on in the background, and we'll
be playing games or whatever.
Something. Yeah, we'll figure something out. But yeah, because there's no Mass Effect this year.
Yeah, they're out of Mass Effect. Crisis 3 is kind of out there already.
The most you've got maybe going is like a new Dragon Age, if they've got one coming down the pike.
They do.
So we might see something like that from EA.
I mean, they do.
Yeah. Like maybe a Dragon Age announcement. No. Ubisoft is going to be Assassin's Creed up the wazoo.
Yeah, they're pimping the shit out of Connor now.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's what his name is.
And Assassin's Creed 3 has me intrigued.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But it's going to be an entire press conference of Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a quarter of the entire presentation, and everything else is gonna be dwarfed.
And if you own it on PlayStation, you can do this, and if you own it on Xbox, you can use DLC, Kinect, and
and you'll get DLC free for not like exclusive DLC.
Not free, exclusive DLC. Like we get the DLC first. It doesn't mean we get it cheaper or freer.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, PlayStation will probably get like Brotherhood for free digitally or something like that. I can see that.
Well, because Revelations came with Assassin's Creed
DLC. Yeah.
Like the first game.
One. So you maybe get AC2.
Maybe, just in case you haven't played AC2 and you decide to pick up AC3.
Yeah. Yeah. Where were you?
Yeah. Why are you getting 3 if you haven't played 1 or 2?
Here he's got knives on his hands.
One of my friends is still going through Assassin's Creed 1.
How is he feeling?
He finds it kind of repetitive, and I'm like, just keep going.
Really? That's... Why do I have to climb off this fucking mountain every time?
I'm like, please just, get to 2.
Yeah, 2 is fine.
2 is great.
2 and Brotherhood is good.
Well, Brotherhood and Revelations are really good expansion packs.
I think Brotherhood was more needed than Revelations.
Revelations deals more with Desmond, as much as I've played it so far.
That's better.
Which is kind of good, because you get a little background story that they kind of forgot about. Mm-hmm. Like they've kind of forgotten that Desmond's has a history.
Yeah, even though you're going through his family history,
they've forgotten that he actually has done stuff in his life and has obviously he's 30 something or mid-20s, so he's got a good life experience behind him that they never discuss. They allude to stuff in the first game and then ignore it for the rest of it. But so Assassin's Creed 3 should be. I'm intrigued by it, but I don't need a whole press conference about one game.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 done.
And if they made some kind of announcement for that, that'd be awesome.
All they even need to do is say is, it's coming.
But they've already said that. What they have said is they need
the next generation.
The next generation of consoles.
Which is kind of silly because we can't. What are they going to do? Come up with a Wii U and be like, this is Beyond Good and Evil 2 on the Wii U. Look at all these things we can do. Oh, sorry, Nintendo. Yours is tomorrow.
Yeah. And they say they need next gen, but how can you develop for next gen before next gen's there?
Unless they're super in the loop.
But that's what that is what I mean. How can you develop a game without knowing any of the they could develop an entire game and then PlayStation could announce the PlayStation 4 and they'd be I think what their system's not compatible with any.
I think what they've got right now is story, design elements, story. And I think what they want to happen, not what will look like. The art designers, they don't have any going on right now. No. Unless they, again, super in the loop. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Or they've developed some stuff that can it's very basic that they can transfer to another system.
Yeah, the most they've probably gotten done is the story. That's what I can see.
And if it's just the story is that epic in scope that you need a new system, just release it on a bunch of different discs. Give me a 3-disc game.
I don't know, it'll still be on 1 disc on the PlayStation.
Well, even if it was 3 discs on the PlayStation, it'd be 12 discs on the Xbox, but give me that. I will buy a game this big if it's Beyond Good and Evil 2. I will buy 12 discs to play that game.
There's 5 install discs.
Yeah.
You're out of room on your Xbox.
Oh. Yeah, you need to buy a new hard drive for your Xbox, which means I need to buy a whole new Xbox because they don't make my hard drives anymore.
eBay.
Yeah, but if they released a larger size that you'd need to play the game, like they wouldn't.
eBay. Insert hard drive 2. Insert hard drive. To continue the game, please insert hard drive 2.
Oy. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we'll do a video unless anything major happens. And we might just tack it on like we just did with the Nintendo Direct stuff.
We'll just mention it real quick.
We'll figure a way. Either
Unless
way.
There's something like really like, I can't see anything.
I can't see anything huge.
No.
Like we're gonna
Unless some things that we already know.
We're gonna get a Raving Rabbids game. We're gonna get
EA,
Assassin's
right?
Creed.
I want to see more about Overstrike this year, because we haven't seen anything since last year. I'm so excited for Overstrike.
Maybe they'll talk about a new expansion for Knights of the Old Republic. Sorry.
They're still having trouble getting that game like steady.
If they just talk about it like there's no problems, everybody will believe there's no problems.
No, I see through your lies.
If you have confidence, everybody believes in you. So.
Yeah, no.
That's what I mean. So
I can smell fear.
I'm assuming, yeah, we'll do the same. We'll kind of do a video for Sony and then
Overstrike.
And then talk about other stuff that we saw earlier.
Overstrike.
Oh my god.
Insomniac Games, the guys that do Resistance.
So yeah, that's it till
and tonight.
Later, and then the video I don't know when it'll.
Eventually.
With YouTube being YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
We'll talk about it soon.
Yes. So anywho, folks, enjoy E3.
Yes. We'll be around.
Yes. Bye. I hope E3. I hope everybody.